Hey yo, what is up everybody, Chuck here, and welcome to Chuck Rants. Sorry, this is a little bit of a late upload for this type of series, but I hope you guys forgive me. We normally started off by talking about 3 things I like, 3 things I fucking hate, but then I don't want to bore you. You know, today we're going to dive right into the topic. We'll save that stuff for the end of the video, and you're probably thinking, Chuck, why the fuck would you make a video about haircuts when you could be talking about Keemstar, or gaming, or YouTube, or Donald Trump? Because today, haircuts are what pissed me off. I was sitting in my chair, right? I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, you know what? I should really get a haircut. It's been like 2 months since I've gotten one. So it got me thinking, haircuts are really like the shittiest thing to ever happen. Every single haircut goes the same exact way, at least for me. And hopefully you guys will be able to relate to this rant. So you drive the 10 minutes, you figure, oh, it's Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Who's getting their haircut at 3 o'clock on a Wednesday at Costco? There's nobody, right? No, it should be nobody. You walk in, there's nobody there, you get the little bell on the door that makes the weird noise, and you walk in, so everybody turns around and looks at you. And you go up to the desk, you're like, hey, do you guys have any walk-ins? If you're like, can I walk in? Do I need an appointment today? Do I need an appointment to get my goddamn haircut? And they're like, no. Okay, how long of a wait would it be? They look in like all the seats, they check to see how many people are out there. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. And she like looks at her watch, she's like, it'll be about a 75-minute wait. Is that okay? And at that point, you're already there. You've already committed. It's like going to the gym. You're not gonna go there for a 5-minute workout. You're committed. You might as well suffer. So I'm like, fuck it. I drove 10 minutes. I'm here. Sign me up for the 75-minute wait. I don't know how it's taken 75 minutes because, well, there's nobody fucking here. There's 6 hairdressers in the back, right? One of them's cutting this dude's hair and has been for 7 hours. And then there's 5 other hairdressers and they're all fucking sweeping. They're sweeping. Have you ever had that happen? You walk in and every fucking hairdresser's sweeping and you gotta wonder, how much hair is on that goddamn brow? And you're like, okay, I'm gonna wait. You pull up your phone, blah, 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 blah. Play with your phone for 10 minutes, you get bored. You look around, grab a magazine, watch TV, whatever. All of a sudden, 60-year-old George walks in. All the hairdressers turn around, instantly their eyes like, he must be a great tipper. George must be a great goddamn tipper. Every hairdresser turns in, like, hey George, hi, how you doing? How's the family? Instantly, like, one of the hairdressers like spins around her chair and like George like hurries up over there and she's like, hey George! Apparently George had an appointment. They sit George down. George is in and out in like 5 minutes and you're sitting there again and you're like, there's no goddamn reason I should be waiting this long. Another one walks in, everybody knows his name. Hey, what's up, Bill? Hey, Bill, how's the fam? How's the dog? How'd the surgery go? And I'm just sitting there like, cut my hair. Just please cut my hair. There are 5 of you. At some point, those brooms have to break or there's gotta be no more hair to be sweeping. So finally, after like 45 minutes, they're like, well, we had a no-show, so we've got room for you now. And I'm looking back there, and they're still sweeping. They're still sweeping, but one of them took a break to cut my hair, thank God. So you sit down, right? You sit down, you got like a pullover on. It always happens because it's always like neutral weather outside. Like you don't know if you need a sweatshirt or jeans or shorts and a t-shirt. So you got the jeans and the sweatshirt just to play it safe, right? You sit down in that goddamn chair. They start pumping you up. They put the little cape over you and then they're like, hey, do you want to take your sweatshirt off? I'm like, already trapped in my fucking cape. So nope, guess not. I guess I'd rather sweat. First thing they ask, okay, so what are we doing today? What do you think you're cutting my goddamn hair? Well, I need to trim all over. And they're like, so does that mean you want a 3 on top, 4 on the sides, 5 in the back, 6 on the sideburns, 9 on the bang? I don't know what those numbers mean. I was never taught the salon inch ruler scissor names. I don't know what they are. First question is always, so you got any exciting plans today? Or have you had a good day so far? And I'm always like, yeah, it's been great. I sat here for an hour. I'm now getting hairs chopped off of my head. So yeah, my day's wonderful. Thank you for asking, ma'am. And then somehow the conversation automatically, like literally within like a minute and a half, conversation always turns to weather. She's cutting your hair. So here's my face. She's cutting your hair. She like comes all the way around the front. She comes all the way around the front. And then she gives you that like stare where she's like trying to cut your bangs, but she's staring like right above your eyes. And you're like, do I make eye contact? I'll just stare at her nose. She's like clipping away, she gets like a little bit closer. She's like clipping, and you're staring at her nose because if you make eye contact while you're talking, that's just weird because you're 8 inches away. And you have to deal with that for the entire time. There is no shortage of like face-to-face contact. What do you do? Make videos. Oh, that's cool. What kind of videos do you make? I play video games. Oh, are you really good? No. So what do you do? What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed... I fuck with children, and sometimes adults. I sometimes try to piss off old men. So then you get the questions. So where are you from? From Wisconsin. I moved out here because my girlfriend lives out here. Oh, how'd you meet? That's cute. And I'm not gonna say we met on Twitter because chances are this 40-year-old woman doesn't realize the potential of Twitter and how many people use it. So I'm gonna get even weirder questions if I say Twitter. So I just say, oh, mutual friends, and she's like, oh, okay, that's good. You have an interrogation. It's basically like you're sitting in a room with a police officer and they think you stole something. So they ask you, oh, so where were you today? What were you doing at this time? Why do you look like this? What were you wearing? What did you have for dinner? And then you get the, okay, now look straight forward. And the entire time I'm under the impression I've been looking straight forward. Okay, am I looking too far? How is this? How is this? And she's like, nope, up a little higher. And she like does this and like makes you bite down in your tongue and you start dripping blood. And then you get the itch. You know, she's done with your, like the front. She's done with your bangs. You got the hair all over your fucking face. You got the hair everywhere. And you're in a straitjacket. You're sitting there, you got your arms on the little fucking armrests and you're trying to you want to move up and start itching your face, but you don't want to throw off your hairdresser's mojo because you just want to get the hell out of there. And you've never had to itch so bad in your life, but you can't do it, so you sit there. And you just wait. And you look to your right, and Joe Schmo over there is getting like this neck massage and scalp massage and like shampoo and everything. And then there's me, and I'm just sitting there like just in so much pain. And she's asking me questions like, what kind of pets do you have? And what's your favorite brand of water? Haircut's over. She grabs that mirror, right? She puts it behind your head, and you like look in the mirror, and you're like, what? She's like, how does it look? How did you know I wanted all of the hair on the top of my head shaved off? My sideburns left how they are, and my bangs extended somehow. It doesn't matter how awful your haircut looks. It really doesn't. Because you look in the mirror and you're like, you could see like your face is like just drained, and you want to get out of there. So you're like, yeah, looks great, thank you. Finally, she like whips off the cape, and you got like hair all over your face, and she like uses that little, no, before that, she uses that little brush just on your neck, and you're like, oh, this feels so good. She does it for like a fraction of the time she should. And that's it. And you still have hair all over you. You stand up, she pulls that cape off of you, and there's hair flying everywhere. No wonder they're sweeping for so long. With that thing. You walk to the counter, awkward walk because you're like walking next to each other, but you don't say a word back to the register. And she's like, okay, so it'll be $10 cash or $483 with a card. And I just like look at my wallet. I'm like, because I don't really carry cash. I don't really use cash. So I'm like, what? All right, I'll pay with a card, $483. Fuck it, just get me out of here. She hands you the receipt back. You got $483, you're like, shit. She did a terrible job. She talked my ear off. It was the most painful experience of my life. But I'm not gonna be that guy that doesn't tip. And you walk out, and you're just done, and you feel so great until you get a gust of wind. And then you got hair flying. There's a whirlwind of hair around your head. You get in your car, you straighten out the mirror, you lean back, and you just feel all the hairs just poking into your fucking back. There's no worse feeling than having little hairs all over your back and your neck, and you're sitting up against that seat, and they're being poked in there, and if you don't go home and shower, you might as well kill yourself, because that's the worst thing in the world. Look in the rearview mirror, and you look at yourself, and like she forgot half of your head, and you're just kind of like, looks fine. 2 more months till I have to deal with this again. But that explains all the reasons I don't like haircuts. It really does. Now, number 1 on my list of 3 things that I like this week, it's gonna have to be Arby's curly fries. You know, I was at Walmart in the freezer section, because that's where I always end up. I don't know why. I'm just always down there looking for like some very valuable item. And I found it. Arby's curly fries. You can buy them at the grocery store. That's fucking insane, but I love it. Number 2, I still like All or Nothing. I haven't played that game in a long damn time. But just you wait, tonight, my channel, All or Nothing live commentary. Be on the lookout for it, baby. Number 3 thing that I like is when you guys leave comments on these videos. When you guys leave some feedback for me. That's huge. That's how I decide whether or not to continue a series, to make another video, to make an extra video for a series. So leave me some feedback. Honestly, it helps me out quite a bit. Thing number 1 that I fucking hate this week are Target cashiers. I don't want a fucking red card. I really don't. So stop asking. Thing number 2 that I fucking hate are the big fucking pickup trucks that I don't even know how it works. They got diesel engines or whatever, but when they fucking gun it off of a red light and they spit out all that black smoke, God, There's no need for that. And thing number 3 that I really fucking hate this week is Five Nights at Freddy's 4 Night 5. I streamed it last night. I couldn't do it. And it's so frustrating because you think you got a pattern and you don't have the right pattern and you get scared in front of people that are probably half your age. And what I'm gonna do at the end of every single episode of Chuck Rants is I'm gonna feature my favorite comment from last week's Chuck Rants video. That'll be on the screen right now. I don't know why it's my favorite, but it is. I love you. Take it easy. Peace.